Well, I'll look into the camera this. He did something that your legend, Gerard, could not do. And that's
correct. The answer is Real Sociedad.
That's blue and white.
I'm so confused now. Yeah,
They're blue and white.
But I'm going to look at the camera
leaving,
right now.
bro.
No. I'm going to look at the camera.
You can go next door and have a fight.
Why? No. Why is it when I have to answer these bloody questions, they are all curveballs?
Hi guys, welcome to episode 7 of the Total Football Talk show.
Mate, you look like you're doing...
To my right, we've got Najat. I could say a happy man. Galatasaray did the double, and Chelsea won this morning.
And Chelsea.
I don't want to mention that game, but
Yep.
we'll leave it at that. Chelsea won. That's all we
Chelsea
have to
won.
say.
That's
Harry
all
Maguire.
that matters.
Harry Maguire.
Ali to my left, also wearing a Champions jersey this year. They
Yeah.
did the treble.
And if you haven't realized, Ali, people who win trophies or win games
Wear
wear
jerseys.
jerseys.
Well, he's got nothing to represent.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
We've got a Europa League, so I'm holding on to that.
On hold. It's on hold right now.
hold.
It's
on
pending.
hold.
It's
It's pending.
pending.
Yeah, it's
It's
pending.
pending.
Crazy week this week.
Mhm.
We've had a lot of upsets, especially in Italy. We've had
Yeah.
Bologna upset Milan in the cup final.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming.
No, I didn't see that coming. To be fair, I was like, Milan will probably... Like, I know Bologna has been performing and they've been doing really well. I think Thiago Motta is their coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
Is Thiago Motta?
Yeah, I think it's Thiago Motta. He brings back a lot of memories. Way back when he was at PSG, using him on FIFA.
No, he was a good player on FIFA.
But yeah, so I think it was 1-0.
Yep.
Shock. It is a shocking result because for Milan,
I love it.
Milan's team is a
You'd
really
expect
good,
them to win on paper.
to win on paper, exactly. But good on Bologna. They you could say they deserved it after the way they went this season. You know, when a team that you won't expect to be that high up in the season and then eventually wins a trophy, as well as what we're going to see maybe, which is actually at the time of recording, today, or was it tonight or tomorrow morning, Crystal Palace is playing Manchester City for the FA Cup. So that's another thing as well. So
I want to see another upset.
I want to see another
I want to see
upset.
Palace lift that Crystal Cup.
The Crystal Cup.
that FA
Harry
Cup.
Potter.
Yeah, but it was like we were saying a couple episodes ago. I think if Crystal Palace do win this game, they qualify
Yeah.
For
to
Europe.
Europa League.
No, and it'll be good. It'll be
Imagine
good to
Crystal
see.
Palace running amok in the Europa League.
Well, they said that if Man City wins, the top 8, the team coming eighth gets the position, and that could be Fulham, Bournemouth, and I think there was someone else in that list, and they can actually go and play in Europe.
Brentford as well.
Yeah, they can all go play either in Europe, which is a good thing. But look, good on Bologna. They deserved it. But yeah.
It was a. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the celebrations after the game, and it was crazy.
Mm.
For a team that hasn't won, for a club that hasn't won a trophy in 50 something years,
Yeah.
credit to them.
100%.
They did amazing this season. And yeah, I think it's onwards and upwards for Bologna now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be a one-off. Hopefully, if they continue that, they won the cup,
We'll see next season anyway.
and we'll see how they go next
Yeah.
season. But
They're not sitting far from Europe as well. They're
No,
like
not
at
one
all.
or
That's what I
2
mean.
points away
Yeah.
from the Conference League spot.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They had a good season compared to other teams. Like you got like Cesc Fabregas at Como, who you can say he's not doing wonders, but it's actually enjoyable to see him starting from a small club and then just bringing it up because he did promote them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it's good to always see small clubs winning trophies like that because at the end of the day they deserve it.
one other thing I want to mention is the PSV Ajax.
The point gap.
I don't know if you saw what happened.
They were
So
6 points, eh?
PSV supporters were on their phones while the game was playing. I'll tell you what happened as well. So the PSV obviously supporters were on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
They were keeping track of the Ajax game,
Yeah.
which was playing the same time. I think that's locked at 1 point
Yeah,
difference.
It is.
One of those two. PSV fans were watching it. It was silence in the ground. I think it was 2-1 Ajax. I think we were against that. I forgot that team's
I know
name.
which one you're talking about. Grotens.
Grotens, yeah, it's the green team.
The green team. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. The green
Anyways,
logo team.
you can tell we don't follow the Dutch league. Yeah, so it was 2-1, and they locked it level at the last minute, 2-2. That's when the PSG fans heard the PSV. Oh my god, PSV fans heard it, and then the whole stadium erupted.
Oh,
Like
wow.
people just grabbing onto random people, like they didn't even know who it was. It was
that
crazy.
Was that last game of the season or no?
There's one more, I think.
There's one more, yeah, because
But they're not versing each other. I think
no.
They've got different games coming
No,
up.
because I saw it on there. I think it was on Insta or somewhere,
TikTok, yeah.
and the point gap beforehand was like 6 or 7 from PSV and Ajax.
Yeah.
And then it just changed drastically. Like after 4 or 5 games, it went from being a 6-point gap to a 1-point gap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it was like that's how
Anyone's
different it
game.
was. And ironically enough, this whole season, besides Premier League, and maybe you could say the Turkish. Oh no, Turkish league was tight. There's a lot of teams that is neck and neck.
Close.
A lot of-
Even like you can argue La Liga.
La
as well.
Liga, Syria,
Syria,
100%.
neck and neck. I think
and
there's
then
there's one point
Turkish
in
league was, and then now Galatasaray's won it. And then you've
Sporting.
got, and then you got the Portuguese league. You got Sporting.
We're just
and
going to bring that
Benfica.
up. The Sporting Benfica. I think it's the last game for them as well. or
Yeah,
a
they're
couple
neck and
games
neck.
left.
They have the same points.
79 points each.
Yeah,
I don't.
they did play against
Sporting's
each
playing
other.
tomorrow.
They drew, didn't they?
They drew against, so they did play against each other. Technically, that would have been mad if that was the last game, because you could say maybe by, I think it's like by goal difference they'll win it by, but what's his name? Victor Gorkarez is like carrying the shit out of them, but then Kerim Aktürkoğlu is carrying Benfica, and your mate too,
Pavlidis.
Pavlidis. It's neck and neck. They drawed in their game against each other 1-1. Now it's just
You guys want to win.
I want
Portuguese league.
Sporting to win it.
Dutch league. I want PSV to win it.
Yeah, because Ajax always wins.
I just
Ajax
don't. I can't stand Ajax for some reason. I don't know why. PSV. I want them to win it.
Yep.
Portuguese league. Obviously, I'm going to be biased because Pavlidis is playing Benfica to win it.
Like, I would say the same for Kerim Aktürkoğlu and Kökçü. I was like, okay, no worries.
Get him to win. Yeah.
I want them to win it, but
I want it for Di
I'll-
Maria. I
yeah.
want Di Maria to win it.
No, but I want Sporting to win it because they deserve it. And it's always Benfica
Yeah.
or Porto.
that is true.
Ironically
That's true
enough,
as well.
Porto's not even in there. You know what I mean?
Amarin's left and they're still killing it. So
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's left that blueprint
Blueprint,
to
yeah.
continue on.
He
for
should
the
have just
next
stayed.
game.
So was it the coach?
I don't know.
He went to United, and what's happening?
I don't think it was the coach.
Fifth last.
Ah, we need time. We need time. It's been 13 years since Alexis. We need time.
You know what they need? They need a relegation.
You know,
You know what?
Hey,
I reckon we need
relegation.
I reckon Man United needs to restart,
Mm.
go in the championship
Mm.
to get humbled and go back up again.
Well,
No. You
they
know what needs to
the
happen?
last time.
The fans need to start speaking up. Okay,
Yeah.
they need.
It's
They need,
like they
they
haven't
need,
done that
they
before.
need to go to Old Trafford and just get the Glazers out.
No.
It's like they haven't done that before.
Bro, have you watched Say TV?
I know.
No.
The
I know
bloke's
Say
been
TV, yeah.
he's been
Ripping
ranting.
into him, bro. He's ripping.
into him for years.
Yeah. No, but like, it's so true about like, as soon as he left, yeah, they still performed, and then as soon as he came to United, they're still shit.
They actually, I think this is the lowest position they've been in like God knows how
Yeah.
many years.
I think
And
we got to
the
realize that
commentator-
it's not the coaches at United.
Yeah, but you know, the commentator today when I was watching the Chelsea game, the commentator said, "Oh, like because they were talking about the positions and they're getting unwanted records. Pretty much, you know, they haven't won a game for like the last 9 games, which is like wow,
For
okay,
Manchester United,
for Man
that's
United,
really
like that's
bad.
really bad."
Yeah.
And then to add to that as well, he was like to me, he's like, "Oh, the last time Man United relegated was 1974." I was like, "Oh, Man United relegated? I didn't know that."
I want to bring up one thing. It's going to take about a minute to say. Remember when Sir Alex said they asked him a question saying, "Is City ever going to win a league?"
Mm.
And then he goes, "Not in my lifetime." And then this guy goes, "Now it's every time." I don't know if you saw that meme. It was so funny. It was a
haven't seen
commentator that said it
Yeah.
because they said, "Oh, they asked Sir Alex, you know,
Yeah.
If City's going to ring, he's not in my lifetime. And then the commentator pauses and he goes, now it's every time. I got so burned. It was so funny.
But did you guys hear about the Glazers not wanting to pay the staff?
Oh
to attend the
yeah.
games?
Bro.
When I saw the
I read it and
photo-
I was like, I'm not surprised.
But when I saw what's his name, Cantona, you sent it in the chat.
It was Cantona.
Cantona, Bruno Fernandes, Patrice Eva was so funny.
Good on him.
I love he's
Good on him.
French, so he's brutal. Okay,
Yeah.
but for the fact that like they are willing to pay shows how much they have heart to the club.
100%.
And don't get me wrong, Bruno Fernandes literally is carrying Man United.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
He just won player of the
he won player of the month or year for the United. This is his 4th time winning it as well. But for the Glazers, it just tells you how much about the club.
Even
Are
so,
the Glazers American or no? They're
they are
British.
American.
Yeah.
This
is why I don't like American
Glazers.
owners.
It's the Glazers and Sir Jim Radcliffe.
Radcliffe, yeah. I don't look. This is why when Chelsea got bought out by Todd Boehly when I was American, me and my brother looked at each other and go, "Look, yeah,
It was scary.
I was like, I don't want
it was
American. No
worrying.
offense to any Americans, but
It was
the way it works is, they will look at it as a business, not as a
It's
club.
for tax purposes for them.
Oh,
They don't care.
100%. But they're doing it but it's a business proposal for them, and they took it. And then if you haven't seen, we bought so many players, but realistically,
We sold
we
many
sold
too.
so many. But did you see how we bought players? 9-year contracts, 8-year contracts. We found loopholes, and then we made money out of that too. People don't realize we actually making money, but
Chelsea-
because it's
Chelsea's
a business proposal, and which is why we are struggling because we're too busy focused. Well, the board of directors are too busy focused on
But
making
here's
money.
the thing. I think the way that Bowley went on to
It's
look,
splash cash.
but he's spent a lot on the club as well, and that's
Yeah,
the
but-
thing. He's actually invested in the club.
Yeah, but he has to. If you don't invest, then you're just going to be pretty
of
much
course,
hit
but
on.
He's
you.
invested in the academies as well. He's invested in the women's as well.
Yeah, well, the women's always will dominate. They do better than the men's.
Well, if you take a look at United's stadium,
Mm.
the training facilities
Yeah, like
shambles.
what Ronaldo said. Yeah,
Everything is horrible.
the
Ronaldo
same.
said when I left and I came back, it was the exact same thing.
yeah.
That just shows how much the Glazers do not give a shit.
100%.
So Jim Radcliffe, I thought would give a shit,
And
does
he
not
don't.
give a
No.
shit. So it just
And that's what I'm saying. That's what you would think. Like, wouldn't you want to change? And that's why I'm afraid with Chelsea. I'm afraid with Todd
No, but
Boehly.
I
I'm
think
still.
we're
Did you say
on
I'll
the
be
right-
afraid?
I think we're on the
We're
right
on the right
path.
track,
We're on
but
track.
I
We're on
was
the right
still.
was he there when they won the Champions League, or was that Abramovich?
No, it was Abramovich.
track. Abramovich.
The
It
current
was-
The Tuchel
yeah,
one.
it was
Yeah,
Abramovich.
the Tuchel one was
yeah.
Abramovich.
Well, technically,
It was during the
the
time
thing.
when he was being sanctioned.
Yeah,
It was still technically
yeah. It
Abramovich.
was still. It was
It
Abramovich.
was there.
So Abramovich has got
I
two
miss him-
Champions
I
Leagues.
miss him so
He was
much.
a good.
Yeah.
He's a
What
good.
I
one.
what I
He
don't
was-
Did you hear
he-
that?
he
Did
did
you
it
hear
for the
that
club.
story about him? There was it was a player where I think it was Essien.
Mm.
His dad got kidnapped,
I know you're talking
yes,
about.
and
yes, yes,
his
yes,
dad
yes.
got kidnapped, and Essien messaged Abramovich saying it was during a game.
Mm.
And Abramovich is
Yeah, I
like,
know
"Don't
what
worry,
you're
I'll
talking
send some men over and sort it out." And
he
I think
got-
in like 2 days they got him out.
yeah, he found his dad and got
Just shows how much power this Abramovich guy has,
him.
man.
He is Russian.
Well, yeah, that too.
He is Russian.
But look, it's
He put
Yeah,
down his
it's-
vodka. He's like, all right, listen.
don't worry,
Nikolai, go do my job for me.
There is
mate.
this man.
Dos
this life-
Ledania.
if they got someone out that was kidnapped, I don't know what this guy's on, but look, I think, like we said, Chelsea, they're like this at the moment. But you know what? I'd rather be in Chelsea's position right now than United,
100%.
to be honest with you. Because the owner, for some reason, I think cares more about the owner of Chelsea
He was
cares
at the
more about
game
Chelsea
Today, by the
than he
way.
does about United.
He was at the game today.
Then
Tom
our
Brady.
owners care about United. But I think United obviously needs to fix their stadium, their academy, their facilities, everything.
Everything.
From
here's
top
the
to
thing.
bottom.
What I don't understand is, right, you being in the Premier League, you make money. Right.
Mm.
You're selling
Yeah.
jerseys, you're selling whatever. When the Arabs went and said, listen, we want to buy United,
Mm.
Yeah, I want that petrol money, man. Do you know how much damage we can do? You know how much
why did
damage
he
these
say no?
Arabs
Why
can do?
didn't he want to sell? Like, he's not really
Oh.
making money. He's sitting,
The Arabs were offering
like
a lot of
positions
money.
above relegation.
like when Newcastle got bought out.
Yeah, look at them
Newcastle,
now.
look at him now.
Look at them now.
Exactly. When I saw that, I was like, shit, another team. I was like,
You
far
know
out.
what? A lot of people
No, I was-
complain about the Arab oil money and stuff, but look
It's
what's
not.
happening.
It's not about the Arab. Like, it's not about the money. I'm just like, as soon as I saw,
it's buying power. That's
yeah,
it.
no.
Well, then it is about the money then.
No, but hear me out, right? You want to build a team, right? And you want to compete. Look at what that's done to the Premier League.
Yeah.
You guys were saying last week that the Premier League, this team's falling. They're not performing as well. It was an easier league. I think it was a tougher league because the smaller teams went and spent and bought players and built teams.
Yeah.
The reason the Premier League was so competitive this year is because all these teams that we consider mid-tier teams and low-tier teams are all performing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Why?
And you know
because
what?
they've spent money.
And you know
spent
what?
money.
You know what? I'm happy with that because
it's good.
It's good. It's
it's
competitive.
entertaining. It's competitive.
Yeah, 100%. No, but like the reason why
look,
I was saying,
you have teams sitting 15th, 16th in the league. You know,
yeah, and they're not
fighting in the
competing.
Europa League.
Yeah, exactly. In the final, I don't know how
in the
they're there.
final.
But the funny thing is like
I'm happy.
the way I see it, the way I see it is that if, with like you said, like with the Arab money coming in and everything, when I saw Newcastle get bought out, it wasn't about like, oh, here we go, another Saudi team, Saudi place is just going to buy this and splash a lot of cash. I was just like, shit, these guys are going to go spend money. Yeah, okay. But they're going to now compete because that's what's going to happen. And what I give credit to them is that they kept Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
They kept Eddie Howe in the team. They didn't sack anybody and just go get like 50 different managers. They kept it to that. It's like they know what they're doing, and then the Americans and you can say the British people or whoever the other owners don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, and there's and this is a side of the football that we don't get to see, but obviously there's a stadium. You know, we talk about facilities. They have a gym. They have a swimming pool. They have staff. When you have money to spend, you can get higher qualified staff. You can get improve your facilities.
It's like, you know what it's like? You know what it's like? If you play career mode, and then you know how when you buy a coaching staff or a scout and the stars, you get the 5-star, but you buy it. Sometimes they won't show you the list, okay, of like the staff members, and then it will show you like 3-star. So you buy them. And then you'll fire them, and then wait, and then refresh, and then see if there's another 5-star. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, I'll put a photo of that because that's classic career mode. I remember when we were in school, and I had the laptop, and I put FIFA 13 or 12 on the laptop. Oh no, yeah, it was FIFA 12, and I had it, and I was playing career mode. I didn't play the games; I just simmed the matches, and I was just playing career mode at home. I think at where
I love career mode, man. Career mode has always been the best. I've always picked out normal, like lower teams and just go at it. Like
you know what I used to do? I used to sometimes just put I used to put some of those teams into the Premier League. Like you'll put like Galatasaray into Premier League,
yeah,
and then just work your way up. Or I would put them into the Championship or League 2 and then bring them all the way up.
Yeah,
and because what I loved about career mode was just youth.
Yeah,
that's all it was, and bringing up the players, not just the youth, like scouting a youth, but getting those young players that are currently playing and then bringing their potential to the highest was the best thing. And then I used to do it. And then once I got it all done, reset. Because at the start, it's always transfer market is the best time. And then once you get into the season, just sim the whole thing because you can't be bothered after. That's how it was for FIFA.
Yeah.
Only OG FIFA players will know that.
But yeah, so, when you go and you invest in your facilities, you invest in your staff, you get more out of your players.
Yeah, you would.
And that's what happens at the end of the day. That's why you see players popping off one season.
Yeah, but then also
the right training, the right food.
But you know what was the problem with Chelsea was that because of their contract, they had some certain bonuses, and then those bonuses will apply. So if they get a clean sheet, bonus. If you do this certain amount, if you score a goal, assist, bonus.
There's incentives.
Yeah, incentives, which was good. But the problem is when there's too many bonuses applied to every player, then everyone becomes selfish and goes for themselves to get that bonus. That was a big issue.
Speaking of, Casemiro has a big payout in his contract clause if you guys win a trophy.
What was the payout?
Or no, I think if you guys are to promote to the Champions League. So if you guys win Europa League and go to Champions League, Casemiro gets like big payout.
I don't think he'll stay another season. I don't know. I think he's on his way out.
I had to
disrespect it's 50-50. But at the same time, knowing United, we are now a nursing home. So anything is possible.
You know what I do want to see? I want to see what happens now that Carlos Ancelotti has taken over Brazil. Does he bring Casemiro into the squad?
No, I don't think he'll bring him in.
He might. for experience.
I know he'll
He played
bench
there.
Hendrick for sure.
He coached him.
Hendrick is not starting. That's for sure. Moving on. We need to move on.
Mhm.
There has been spicy conversations on TikTok
Or Insta as well.
and Instagram by the viewers. Some salty fans, very salty.
who don't understand.
Yeah, who either don't understand or just want to play dumb.
Mm.
Now, I can read the comments, and I will read the comments.
Yep.
So, it all started when we posted the Liverpool
Being winning the league with luck or not, pretty much.
that and the Alexander Arnold
Yeah.
situation. So there was two topics.
So in other words, Liverpool fans reached out.
Liverpool fans reached out. No one else reached out.
Yeah.
And they were very interesting comments. So I will read a few and we'll answer and we'll clear the air with our fellow Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
Because some of them are very confused.
Yeah. But
Or
we
just
should do one
button
for we should do eventually. I'll make a video about Galatasaray, and then Fener, and then we'll shout out to Mert.
We'll do both Merts.
both
Both
Merts. Yeah.
All right, the first comment. I won't say his full name. His name's H.
I'm gonna put it up there. You know that. I'm gonna put it up.
Harry says, you guys shouldn't be on a podcast.
Well, we call it a show.
Yeah, we don't like calling it a podcast. It's a show.
Yeah, we
So-
call it a show.
Thank you for that. Next one is Liverpool is not to be blamed if other teams failed or suffered. It's the mentality of the team. That's why they won the PL. Now, referring back to my comment, he's right.
He's
But
right.
referring back to my comment when I said Liverpool won the league with a weak team.
Mm.
What is wrong with that?
So he's trying to
That's,
say.
in fact,
he's
that's a
trying to say-
compliment.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know because you replied. I know you
That's
replied.
depth. That's got depth.
It's depth, but you're trying to say as the team, yes, is weaker, but with that weaker team, you won the league. Tells you a lot. But the reason why we all say it's a weaker team is because when they won the league before, it was a stronger team. True?
Yeah,
true.
relative to the team they had
Mane,
with Klopp.
Salah,
It's-
Firmino.
It's a weaker, it's a weaker team
It's a weaker team. Exactly.
in a more competitive league.
So I'm,
Yeah.
quite frankly, I'm giving a compliment to Liverpool fans and I'm
I know.
getting slapped in the face.
Exactly.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's typical Liverpool fans. That's how they roll. They get butt hurt
Shout
every
out
time
to
we.
Ola.
Shout out to Ola. Next comment. Liverpool had plenty of injuries.
Oh, yeah.
Now this one's
This
an
one-
interesting one.
This one was like, oh.
This is a bad take from us, apparently.
Mhm.
It isn't up to Liverpool to choose to close a race either. Deserving champions and have some respect.
Okay. To stop that, I'll just turn around and go, did we say they didn't deserve it?
Not if these fans look back at the videos, not once did we mention Liverpool did not deserve the Premier League.
Yeah, you did. No. I said congrats to Liverpool.
Oh,
They
yeah,
deserve
because
it.
I'm a United
And you're
fan.
like,
I'm going, no,
he's like,
congrats.
no, he goes, don't congrats, bro.
Yeah, that's different. Hey,
That's different. That's different. I know.
don't want to congratulate them.
That's just hate.
They
That's just
deserve.
hate.
That's just
Yeah.
hate.
I'm
That's
just
hate.
salty because
Yeah,
I hate
it's
Liverpool.
salty.
That's saltiness. I'll admit it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
admit it,
Yeah.
unlike some people in the comments.
Yeah.
No, like
United fans.
United fans.
that's how
No,
we
but
are.
still, but what are you saying?
you know
is-
what?
yeah, continue.
I said congrats. No, congrats. Different for me saying, oh no, they don't deserve it. They did deserve it. They played good football this season.
Yeah.
I'm not taking nothing away from them.
100%.
But
I still think, and I think I said it a couple episodes ago, I still think at the moment in the world of football, you've got, well, now PSG, but Liverpool is the best attacking team
100%.
Yeah.
in the world, the
100%.
best team on the transition.
Yeah.
They break with so much speed and so
Yeah.
much.
And then-
Liverpool fans, Liverpool fans that we're gonna clip this.
Yeah.
Liverpool fans are gonna turn around and go, no, he's being sarcastic.
No. You know what he's going to say? He's just saying that because we got him on the
Yeah.
on the-
Oh, we got him on the wall. Like
Yeah.
we got him, boys.
Oh,
you
we're
can,
gonna
you
get
can
so
look
much
back
shit.
and you know you'll see. I've been saying since the start,
Hmm.
Liverpool have been the best team in the Premier League.
100%.
Yeah.
They might not have the best defense, right? But I still think I think
Well, they
conceded
do.
concede. I think they conceded was it the least goals or it was between them and Arsenal conceding the least goals. They didn't concede many goals. They're midfield creative. They're creating chances. The only thing they lack, and they are scoring goals, but the only thing they lack is a clinical striker. That's it.
That's it.
That's the only thing.
Yeah,
they're
Darwin
missing.
Núñez doesn't do anything.
You look at the way they break. You look at the way they hit on the counter, on the transition.
Yeah,
Mate, it's scary.
exactly.
It's very scary.
The other
Exactly.
comment was regarding the Alexander-Arnold situation and how I called the fans.
Well, what about Insta? There was comments on Insta, wasn't it? Go to that one. We'll keep it on the same,
We'll keep it
thing.
on the same thing.
and let's see what Insta comments had to say,
All right, so let's go back.
because it was pretty funny when I read them. I just looked at it and I'm just like, Really?
I don't know what to say about these people. Okay, so the Instagram ones we got 3 comments. Most consistent team all year with the best depth. Liverpool had many injuries to key players, but they had depth to cover them. That's
Now-
exactly what I said.
no, but who was the key players? I know someone listed at one point. They listed the key players, and I'm just like, I think at one point they lost Alisson, and then he came back. They lost Konate, but was Konate like really, like he was he's a centre back. But then they played, who was it? What's his name?
But you know what I find about these comments? Funny about these comments. Everyone's saying the same thing. It's not Liverpool's fault that the other teams are going bad. I didn't blame Liverpool.
Yeah,
We did not blame Liverpool for the other team's shit performances this year.
exactly,
I don't blame them.
exactly,
That's the other team's fault. That's their problem.
exactly.
All I'm saying is I made one simple comment.
Speak your shit. Speak your shit.
I made one simple comment saying Liverpool had a weak team this year and they won the Premier League. Imagine if they had a strong team, what they would have done.
Yeah.
If I said that about Chelsea, what would you boys say? Chop my head off or say, yeah, you're right, bro?
Nah, I would have disagreed with you. I said we had a weaker team.
You see what I mean about these people?
Yeah. In other words,
Don't get me wrong. There's some Liverpool supporters that have brains, but the other ones are it's just brain rot right
Yeah.
there.
well, I think
I'm just observing this from a
no,
a
what?
Blues perspective.
Yeah.
I just think all the red teams.
You
are
go
shit.
for Man United. What are you talking
All
about?
the red
All
teams,
the
are
red
all shit,
teams
yeah,
are
100%. No, but look, no, we'll go to Arnold. Arnold's one. I was like, really? These guys are like actually disagreeing with us regarding that. No, someone said, oh, he declined the contract, and he ran his
That's
contract
not the point.
out.
Hang on.
And I'm
That's
just
not
like,
the point.
really?
All right. If they're basing on a contract on what his words said and all that, who cares what his words were?
But
Well,
like,
he's going to make you a promise and saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to stay and all that. Bro, he's won everything. And let me say something as well. I'll look into the camera this. He did something that your legend, Gerrard, could not do, and that's win a Premier League. Now they're going to throw it back and go,
You know what he
yeah,
did
but
was
we didn't have strong teams when
But
Gerrard
you know
was there.
what? He didn't do that.
He won a
Gerrard did.
Champions League.
exactly.
So I wouldn't be talking.
100%.
Do you know what he did? What Gerrard did that he didn't do?
Gerrard's weak team
but hear me
won
out,
the
hear me
Champions
out, hear
League,
me out.
apparently.
Gerrard slipped.
All right, he did it against
Did
Chelsea.
Arnold
That's why he
did
did
it? Didn't, exactly.
Trent did it. He slipped
So
away.
this is exactly.
And Salah was there when he did it. Because Salah was there.
But you know what I mean? These fans are
We're just trolling.
clueless.
We're just
We're just trolling hard.
It shits me because they're giving shit to this guy that's won something that their legend
Couldn't do.
couldn't do, and he did it twice.
Yeah.
He won a Champions League, he won FA Cups, whatever he won,
Yeah.
and then they do that to him. Obviously,
Well, let's read some comments.
I want to read these comments. This guy needs to learn how to write. He is Liverpool. Offer him 3 contract and rejected them.
Do you want
And
me to-
leaving as a free agent. Madrid said they were only going to sign him on a free, so he deliberately ran down his contract, hurting his boyhood club,
hurting.
taking away that he's won you 2 Premier Leagues and a Champions League and all
Taking
that.
you away that he won you the Premier League this year.
Yeah.
He's hurting the club.
He's hurting the club. Keep that in mind. So he deliberately ran down his contract, right? The 26-year-old who's won everything for a big club,
Yeah.
who wants to go try something different, hurt the feelings of the Liverpool fans.
Exactly.
Turn around and look at Gerrard first before you start commenting about Alexander-Arnold. That's all I have to say.
I mean, look
Right.
at Suarez.
There you go.
Suarez killed it for 2 seasons back to back. They didn't win the Prem.
Yeah.
He
They
deserves.
were points away. He
and-
moved to Barcelona.
And he deserved to leave. And he deserved to leave. And what did he do? He won everything there.
Funny enough, and
had
they
he
go.
not left, they probably would have won it.
Who? Where?
Liverpool. Had he not left,
I reckon
He-
they would have.
they
What,
would have
what-
won it.
They would
What,
have
the
won it.
Champions League or the Premier League?
The Premier League. They would have. They were close.
They were very close.
But Gerrard,
Yeah.
but their legend
Yeah, but
decided
they
to
didn't
slip
have
on his
they
ass.
didn't have the best of teams. Like you have to don't forget, like,
But they still had a solid team.
they had a
They
solid
still had
team.
a solid team.
But like, if you had Suarez with the Salah and Mane, yeah, 100%. But it was the perfect move for him to
It was
leave
the perfect move.
to Barca, and I was so happy for him to leave there and go. And
Good-
it's the same
good
thing
ti-
with
good
the same,
timing
It
as
was
well.
good timing, and
But,
Arnold.
you know what? He didn't get that hate.
No, he didn't get
didn't
the
get the
hate.
hate.
Exactly. And Arnold
I think
is the
there's
same shit as Suarez.
Arnold Suarez didn't even win anything with Liverpool, and he didn't get booed. Arnold, who won everything with
the
Liverpool,
guy's
got
getting
booed.
booed.
But he hurt the feelings of Liverpool fans. So Liverpool
Mm.
fans,
Crimea River.
just get some Vaseline. That's all you need. All right, moving on. We've got the
Legend locker.
Legend Locker. Now,
yeah.
now this one's an interesting one because we don't know what you're pulling out. So,
I guess we'll see.
No, well,
Ali,
we'll leave it to you,
I
Ali.
guess Ali, what's
leave it
in
to
the
you.
locker today?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking about a player who Maradona wrote about in his autobiography, saying he is the greatest rival that he faced and that he was a player that he feared. And this is the story of Lothar Matthäus.
Has seen many legends, but only few have embodied leadership, longevity, and sheer versatility quite like Lothar Matthäus. Born in 1961 in West Germany, Matthäus, a midfield general with a sniper's eye for goal and a warrior's resilience. His career, spanning over 2 decades, left an indelible mark on both club and country. He began his professional career with Borussia Mönchengladbach in 1979, quickly establishing himself as one of the most dynamic midfielders in the Bundesliga. But in 1984, just before the Euros, Matthäus made a move that shook German football. He announced his transfer to Bayern Munich to face them in the DFB Pokal final. This decision was viewed as a betrayal by many fans and teammates. Matthäus, though, still played the final, but his penalty miss in the shootouts against his soon-to-be club only deepened the controversy. Bayern won the cup, but Matthäus' reputation took a hit, especially amongst the Gladbach's fans, who accused him of lacking loyalty. But for Matthäus, it was a decision driven by ambition, and he would soon prove his worth in Munich. At Bayern Munich, Matthäus found his stage. He won 7 Bundesliga titles, 3 DFB Pokals, and led the team to the 1987 European Cup final, where they narrowly lost to Porto. Seeking new challenges, he joined Inter Milan in 1988, helping them win Serie A in 1989 and the UEFA Cup in 1991. Internationally, and the FIFA World Player of the Year in 1991, the only German to win both. But Matthäus' journey wasn't without heartbreak. He lost 2 Champions League finals with Bayern. The most painful was in 1999, where he was subbed off with only 10 minutes to go and had to watch his team from the sidelines as Manchester United scored 2 injury time goals to steal the title. Injuries also threatened his career. An ACL injury and a ruptured Achilles tendon in 1992 could have ended it. He missed the Euros in 92 and many thought he was finished, but Matthäus reinvented himself as a sweeper and returned stronger, playing in the World Cups of 94 and 98, both defying age and expectation. Though he never won the Champions League, Matthäus' career remains one of the most complete and enduring in football history, with 25 goals for Germany, a World Cup, multiple league titles, and a legacy of resilience. He is a symbol of German grit. From controversy to captaincy, from heartbreak to heroics, Lothar Matthäus didn't just play football, he defined an era with intensity, loyalty to his own ambition, and an unbreakable will to win.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Total Football Talk show. One last topic before we get into the quiz off. Something that it's a very interesting topic. I think it's a topic that hasn't been addressed as much. I haven't heard it been addressed as much, but we'll bring that up.
Yep.
Is regarding players' kids being in their shadows of their fathers in football. One player especially that brought to my mind was CR7 Junior.
Yep.
If those of you you probably don't watch under 15 games, the international games. I showed the boys on the group chat the game against Greece. It was a 1-1 draw.
I'll put it up in the video. As well.
He got all right. It was the Greek national team. I'm not being biased or anything, but for the Portuguese national team to be on a different level than the Greek national team. Not saying that we have bad players, but from what I saw from CR7 Junior, wow.
Yeah, when you
in a bad way.
yeah,
that was shocking.
When you showed the video to us, and I was watching it, and I'm just like, this guy's here. Like, what the hell? Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's 15. I think he's older, isn't he? Or he's 15. Yeah, he's 15.
He's
So
13.
he's 13 years old.
13.
Okay, and he's playing in under 15. Good on him, and he's taller than most of them.
He's lanky.
He's very lanky. But you can see when you look at him. Okay, you don't expect him to be like Ronaldo. We all know that.
No.
Okay, but the way he was dribbling with the ball and moving with the ball, it was like his legs were like you just said, slow motion. It felt slow.
Yeah.
The only thing I was giving him credit, and you know this because you say this to every attacker, is he puts his body. No, he puts his body in front of everybody.
He holds off players.
He does that. He does that well, but when he tries to run with the ball,
because you've got little minions running around, you're obviously going to hold them off better.
But he ran. The way he was moving with the ball and everything, I just saw. I was like, oh, I'm like scared now.
Look, a lot of people might say, "Oh, you've just watched 30 seconds of his TikToks and all that."
It was actually more longer than that.
But from those 30 seconds or a minute that I saw, that's not the CR7 Junior that we should be seeing.
Yeah. What I heard, he was scoring so many goals. But when he was young, like obviously, you know how he was playing at other clubs or wherever he was. It was in Saudi. He was scoring goals. He was performing.
Yeah, but you can consider Saudi as a Tim Pot Premier League, Tim Pot League. Like who have they got there?
That's true.
That's on his level.
Yeah, but look, this is the other
throw
thing.
him in the Premier League.
Youth.
Yeah, but this is the other thing. Like it's going from that age group into the youth 16s and then into like a Premier League reserves, Premier League standard. It's very different. The kids tend to be a lot more competitive. Especially in the Middle East, it's a very different. The Middle East is very different. Like, look, I coach, so I coach under 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s, and I see some great players. Like I see some great players in the Middle East. Players of that quality are playing in the streets.
Yeah.
Right. And not because they can't afford it, but because they play with their teams, they play with their clubs, they go to academies and whatever. But they go and play in the streets. Right?
Yeah.
It's similar in a sense to what happens in Brazil, but there's more money involved. We're talking about the Middle East here.
Yeah.
So the quality at those age groups might be higher. You need a star, like a real shining star, to really, showcase their ability and shine in those leagues.
Yeah.
Yes, he's only 13. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, look, he's young, blah, 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 blah. 13, 14, 15, at that age, if you want to become a professional player, you should be like, wow.
Yeah.
You should be like, wow. We're talking about 5-6-year-olds who play and understand the game from a positional perspective.
Who remembers, off topic, who remembers that young African boy, Dembele, who played for Celtic? He played for the under-20s and he was like
Yeah,
15
I know who you're talking about. He was French.
or French.
He was
Yeah.
French. I know
But
you're talking
he
about. I think his name
played
was Moussa.
Moussa
They're all like,
Dembele.
there's like 50 Moussas Dembeles.
Yeah. He played, I think it was under-20s, under-23 Celtic, and he's only 15.
Mm.
Or quote me if I'm wrong. But
But what you don't need to go that far. Look at Yamal at 16
Yeah.
there you
and
go.
what he's done.
You can also
Right.
say when you were younger, Gabriel Jesus, he was just
It
sweeping.
was a gun.
No, but he was sweeping on the streets of Brazil, and then he got picked up and bang.
And
Look at
4
him
years
now,
later, he
he's
was
in
playing for
C.
Brazil. That was
And
the
he-
2014 World Cup.
Yeah.
And then 4 years later, he was in the national team. It just shows for me, like with the whole CR7 junior thing, it is true when you're in your father's shadows, you've got everything you got.
And-
Ronaldo said it himself. Ronaldo
He treated him
Senior said it
differently,
himself.
but he did treat him differently.
Yeah. But Ronaldo said it himself. And I saw this video this morning. I was scrolling through TikTok and it goes, they were speaking to Ronaldo. He was watching his son train. And he goes, the other guy that goes next to him is like, oh, the hunger. He goes, that's the most difficult part to have,
Yeah.
the
Van
hunger.
Persie just said the same thing.
Yeah.
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 I think that CR7 Junior, yes, he's 13 and whatnot, but he's gotten too comfortable
Mm.
because he's in the shadows of his father. Too much pressure.
Maybe he just doesn't enjoy the game the same way.
I don't see it. I
Because
don't
because-
see him enjoying it.
Well, that's the difference that we have from now and before. Like we said, the parents, the fathers, okay, you could say they put their heart out because they wanted to make a living. This is what that was their life. That was their goal. Nowadays, the kids, if you come from like a father that played in the game of Premier League or football in general as a
Especially
professional,
to that status.
to that status, you're gonna. Why would they have the hunger to play that high?
Yeah.
Because your dad did it, and he did it because he wanted to do it, and he wanted to have a good future, and he wanted to be a professional player. But these kids look at it and go, "Why am I going to do that? I'm already famous. I already did this. I
Yeah.
already did everything. I don't need anything. I've got all the money in the world. My dad's got it. He did it for me. Why the hell am I going to do it?"
Yeah, but
Perfect
it
example.
might not necessarily be that either. I'm
Yeah.
saying is like if you probably remember back in the day as well, like when 10, 15, I don't want to say 20 years ago, I'd be like 8 years old, but when I was 10, 11, 12,
Mm.
I used to run to the park because I wanted to kick a ball.
Yeah,
Whether it was raining,
Yeah,
whether it was like
100%.
boiling 45 degrees, Australian weather. I mean,
Same here.
but I
You're white.
I used to run. I used to literally run to the park.
Yeah.
I can't believe my dad bought me a bike one day. I'm like, yes, I can now cycle to the park.
yeah.
It's gonna take me like 20 minutes less.
Your
than
dad's
that.
thinking park, he's going to ride the streets
Right.
and all that.
No.
No, you're taking the bike to the park
To
to,
the
kick
park.
the ball.
To kick
Yeah,
the
and
ball.
I know what you're getting to because we had this issue last year. We and I coached under 18s, and we had a similar situation like this year because you were coaching with me. He was coaching with me last year under 18s, and you were doing it this year. There was no hunger because of the
No.
generation, and what did we always say to him? And I said, "Hey, when I was your age, I used to ride my bike to the park, no matter if it's raining or not. And I don't
Yeah.
even, and be in mind, we didn't have no WhatsApp, no group
No.
chat to tell if the field was
No.
closed.
No.
Not even that.
We just showed up and whoever was
We
there
just showed
was
up, it
there.
was there, exactly.
You wouldn't like. We had like little the fucking telephones. You sit there.
Yeah,
spinning the
the
wheel.
wall.
But like we used to agree at school. It'd be like, okay, guys, on Saturday
yeah,
at 4 p.m.
yeah,
everyone be there.
100%.
Do you know what?
Right?
You know what's
There was
really
no
bad?
communication.
Yeah, but you
that
know
was
what's
it.
funny? You know what's funny? There was technology back then.
It was, but it
Some
wasn't
of
as
us didn't
advanced.
have mobile phones or whatever.
Well, we all have. You could say we didn't live in the best environment.
Yeah, but still, that was the fun of it. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah.
the J up because we've been talking about it for months now about the old high school days of us traveling to another school and
Yeah.
battling with them in football.
You were close. I lived an hour away.
Hammond Park was 5 minutes from me.
Yeah,
But those were the days where we enjoyed the football. Now these boys and where we
they're
coached as well,
privileged. Yeah,
Give them Fortnite.
privileged and
Give them Fortnite.
yeah,
You tell them, mate, let's go play Fortnite. They'll drop everything.
Yeah.
Like they'll drop everything. They'll
100%.
reorganize their life.
and what annoyed me the most about when we were coaching as well,
Mm.
just recently actually, was they had the nerve to talk back
yeah,
and they had the nerve to be a smart ass and go, like, say their little sly comments. I go, hang on a second, you're getting absolutely smashed on the field and you've got the nerve
yeah. Tell us
to tell us
how to coach.
how to coach, what to do, why
and think they know
youth
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
'cause-
we had mannequins, we had supermodels in the team, we had high profile players that could not kick a ball straight or could not pass from
Exactly.
2 meters.
100%.
This
But-
is my
Shout out to the mannequins.
This is my perspective.
Not going to
on
mention
it, right?
names.
16, 17. We'll say
Yeah.
17, right? At 17, you should be playing representative football. What that means is you're not playing under 16s. You're not playing under 17s.
should
You're not
be
playing
playing-
under 18s. You're not playing reserves. You're playing prems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's local, you know, in Sunday league, right, grassroots, or whether you're playing in the MPL system, you should be at that age group.
You should be already be there.
You should be representing the club.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're not representing the club at that age group, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people take the grassroots Division 1s for granted. I've seen some games and I go, wow, some
Yeah.
of these games are better than MPL 2 and 3 games.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I've
100%.
seen players there that are, why aren't you in
But that's
MPL?
a conversation
Yeah.
for another day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, but to yeah, but to add to that, the problem with these kids now, like we said it, like it's their attitude, it's their everything, and there's no hunger. But when you watch them play, like we've experienced it,
Oh,
they
Did we?
no, did we exactly? They're just childish,
Yeah.
and like you said about talking back, wait, if I spoke back in my time,
Oh, imagine
Mate.
speaking back to Kalik.
oh boy, oh my
We
god,
had a coach. We had a coach in high school.
Was he Serbian?
He was Serbian,
He was
Balkan, like big
boy.
big boy.
Arnold, big boy.
Shout out to Mr. Kalik. He was actually a legend at Ashfield Boys.
Boys from Ashwood Boys will know.
Shout out Ashfield Boys as well, to all the boys that were there.
Yeah.
We had a coach, Mr. Kalik.
Mm.
You did not want to fuck with him.
Yeah.
This guy was an animal, like big boy. I
Yeah.
was in year 7 and we had him as a PE teacher. I think
Mm.
we had him throughout PE, like all the years. I'm like, wow. Like, not only that, he was all right. He was intimidating when you were in high school, but he
Yeah.
was actually
A nice
down,
bloke.
he was down to earth. One of the
Yeah.
nicest teachers, one of the
Yeah.
nicest people that we've ever had.
100%. And
Like-
you, and you
And
know,
he's a lot full of
Now,
banter.
if you
And-
say
and-
like one more time,
yeah.
we're gonna have
No.
problems.
No, but you know him. You know what's the funny thing about it? I remember when we were doing PE and he, I think I told you this story. We were doing volleyball, and in the rule in volleyball is that obviously the server and then
Yeah.
the guy at the other side is on the corner, and then you got to service to that person. I was there and he was serving. So imagine me younger, like this, okay?
Oh my God.
And the thing is, we can't move our position until we win a point our side. So every time he served it, because he's a massive bloke, he served it at me, of course, because I'm on the corner. I never got it. I tried doing everything I can to keep the ball in play, and he just kept on serving to me, and we didn't move.
That's bullying.
You know what's
I
funny?
literally
You know
got
what-
bullied. I was like, bro, like, can I move? I'm
You
like,
know-
sir, can I move?
You know what's true about Mr. Kalik as well? And we kept asking him, like, sir, what's your secret? Why are you so big? He wasn't ripped.
No.
He was buff.
He
He
was
was
buff.
tall and he was buff. To the viewers, I'm picturing him right now. I don't
can
know how
see.
to explain
Yeah.
how he looked, but he looked intimidating. Like
Yeah.
his shoulders, his broad shoulders.
Yeah.
So
You-
not like
just
the
you
big show.
touched
Just
it,
like, you know,
couldn't
like,
even
you know,
hold
So
it.
it's
no,
not
no,
like the big
you
shows
know,
like Randy
you-
Orton.
No,
No,
you know,
no.
you know,
More.
Adama
buff version.
Traore,
Adama Traore.
but taller.
Traore is a bit muscular.
He's muscular, but just less.
Akin Fenwa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Akinfenwa, yeah.
Akinfenwa, yeah, a bit of an Akinfenwa. Skinny, a little
Yeah.
bit skinnier than Akinfenwa. But
Yeah.
anyways,
But
shout out to Mr. Kalik, shout out to Ashfield Boys.
yeah,
We had some wonderful memories there.
100%.
And it
And
will
we'll
stay
sh-
with us forever.
and we'll share it once
We'll share
in a
some
while.
stories. We'll share some stories with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, time for a quiz off.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Total Football Talk show. And today, or right now, I should say, we are starting the Total Face Off.
Yeah.
Can I hear the g'day, mate? G'day, mate. Oh, look at that.
I want to know what this one is. I think it's absolutely right. Let's have a look.
I couldn't agree more.
I couldn't agree more. I disagree with you.
There we go.
So, boys, I've got 6 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Round 1, 6 round 2,
Mhm.
and 6 round 3. Round 1 is players and football clubs.
All right.
Are we ready?
Let's get
You
it.
ready, mate?
Let's go.
Round 1, question 1. Which club did Ronaldinho play for immediately before joining FC Barcelona in 2003?
Paris Saint-Germain.
It's gonna be so easy.
Correct.
That's why you put Dino there. See that?
Look at that, my boy, my goat.
That was before he joined Barcelona. You said, yeah.
For Barcelona.
Mm. And then after Barcelona, he went to
Question 2.
AC Milan.
What club did Pele play for in the United States
Neo Cosmos.
of America? New York Cosmos, correct.
I'm getting cooked. You said it was gonna be so generic. It's the first button. I just want to hear the question.
Which Premier League player was the first to win the Golden Boot 3 seasons in a row?
Michael Owen.
Incorrect.
3 seasons in a row.
3 seasons in a row. 2003, 2006.
English player
No, you
or
didn't
Premier
say
League?
Premier League. You said Premier League, yeah?
Which Premier League player? If you recall,
No, don't recall. Just fucking let him guess.
Drogba?
incorrect. The answer was he was a trader. He left his club because they were a shit club. He went to Barcelona. He won the Champions League there, and then he came back.
Oh, Henri.
Henri.
Yes, shout out to Arsenal fans.
Henri.
Arsenal.
All
Anyways.
right, next question. Which player has the most assists in the FIFA World Cup across his career? So the greatest.
I know goals.
Well,
has
if
the
you
most
said
goals?
Premier League, I knew.
I know
Right.
goals,
Who has
but
the
I
most
don't.
goals?
Oh, assists.
Most assists.
Most goals or assists?
No, it's assists. But
In
who
the
has
World
most goals?
Cup.
I'm
In the-
asking you. You said you know who's got the most goals.
Miroslav Klose.
Yeah, Miroslav closer.
Assists though.
Assists
Who's got the most assists
in the World Cup.
In the World Cup.
I'm gonna
He
take a
has-
wild guess.
I was gonna guess as
I'm
well.
gonna say Xavi.
He
I was
has
gonna do the other one.
He has
Yes.
double the assists of Lionel Messi. Messi has only 5. This player has 10.
He must be a known player. And if
He's
I
a
had to go,
very well-known player.
I've answered.
He
So I
most
said
in like
Xavi.
just in like as in his whole in the
He's
whole.
a goat. He's in the goat conversation. He's not my
I
goat.
was gonna say, like,
He's not
putting
my
that-
goat.
Well, Ronaldinho.
No, it's not.
This player has unfortunately moved on.
What's that supposed to mean?
Passed away.
He's no longer with us.
Ah, okay.
That makes me very sad. I want to cry.
Well, then just Pele.
The answer is Pele.
Okay, that's
Oh.
Pele. Yeah.
The answer is Pele. I'll give that to you.
Wow.
Well, that was the only guess I had.
I'll give that to you.
When he moved that, I'm like,
Yeah, I
What?
was confused. I was like, Dino, no.
but in Brazil, yeah.
Brazil. Which team lost the Champions League final after being 3-0 up at half?
AC Milan.
AC Milan
Yeah.
against
Istanbul.
Liverpool.
Istanbul.
Oh, yeah.
2005.
Istanbul. 3-0. I was like, that's the only one team that's done that.
Sorry, I forgot
Currently
who Liverpool was.
2-2.
Yeah, I forgot Liverpool. Yeah.
This is the decider for this round.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the first English club to win a European trophy?
Nottingham Forest.
Incorrect. This team won the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1963.
Georgie,
Ask a friend.
shout out. I'm asking a friend. We're doing a football quiz on Total Football. You're live. All right. What was the question, Ali?
Who was the first English club to win a European trophy? They won the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1963.
Shout out George Timotheo, who's on the phone with us.
Who was the what? First English club to
Win a European trophy.
First English club to win a European trophy.
Nottingham Forest.
I said the same thing. That's
Correct.
not. No.
Is that right?
No.
Nah.
Do you want to have a guess, Val?
I'll say Newcastle.
No.
Incorrect.
I think it's Blackburn Rovers.
Blackburn.
This team is currently. I'm not gonna give you this to you. But they're currently sitting one position above the relegation.
Leeds.
Villa.
Leeds.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh,
No, fuck.
Tottenham.
Mate,
Fuck off.
They don't fucking want nothing, mate.
All right, we'll see you in about 20. We'll see you about 20, Georgie. All right, bye.
Leeds. Oh, sorry, Tottenham.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
Round.
Shout out GT Football, sorry. Big shout out to GT
Shout out
Football
GT,
as
yeah.
well. And George Timothy.
Round 2. This is clubs riddles.
Hmm.
You might want to both put your hands on the table for this one. I rose in blue with oil-fed might.
Man City.
From bridge to Europe, I won the fight.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, but like
Drogba
oil.
roared and Lampard
Oh,
led.
yeah, of course.
I wear the lion on my head.
Yeah, that would be way too easy then.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know when he said oil and blue, City technically is oil and blue. Saudi, mate, Saudi.
Yeah.
Question 2.
Oh, smart.
That's the reason why I answered like that.
I am not from Spain,
Really?
but my name may trick. My fans are yellow, loud and thick. Submarine I'm called when I
Oh.
dive in deep.
But are
Who
you,
am I?
are you doing a
that
sex
never
story or something?
sleeps?
Say it again.
Yeah, I need to hear that again.
I am not from Spain, but my name may trick. My fans are yellow, loud and thick. Submarine I'm called when I dive in deep. Who am I that never sleeps?
It sounds familiar. I'm just thinking.
I will give you a hint.
Like, do we know this team?
You know this team.
Well known.
This is a well-known team. Mid-tier team.
Not in Spain.
No, not in Spain.
I'm just going to answer. Villarreal.
He said not in Spain.
I don't know. He's saying Yellow Submarine or whatever. I don't know.
This team, I know there's something similar to this. Is it actually?
The answer is
I'm not from Spain. That makes no sense.
Villarreal.
But Villarreal
But they're
is
from Spain.
Oh no, there's another Villarreal team, isn't there? Is that it? I don't know. That's wait, I'm
Question
getting
3.
curveballed again. We're getting curveballed. We're getting
Question
curveballed.
3. I'm not from the mainland, yet I roar with pride. My island fortress stands wide-eyed. Green and white,
Celtic.
Celtic FC. Green and white,
grew up with
who's
Celtic.
spinning glance. Who's spinning
When you said mainland, I'm
dance.
like, okay, it's somewhere in
My
England.
fire.
Producer, what's the score?
My fiercest foe shares my stance. It's currently 5-3.
When the fuck did you get 2 extra points?
He's just too good.
Well, I guess I'm right.
He's too good.
I guessed them all wrong.
Question 4. My rise was meteoric, a Red Bull tail.
RB Leipzig.
Just let me finish the question.
Did I get it right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's either Red Bull Salzburg or Red
Austrian
Bull.
roots, but German scale.
Yeah.
I'm not old, yet I've made my mark with pressing fast and
Fuck, they're
flashes
too
style.
easy, bro.
Shout out to producer for making easy questions this week. See, when I'm not sitting there,
Mm.
the questions are easy.
Yeah, because you pick easy questions that we will know. When we do it,
I didn't pick easy questions.
Like, what
Realistically, it
colour is
should be harder.
Arsenal's
Shout out,
jersey?
shout out to producer of the last 3
black,
weeks.
red. Oh, sorry, green.
Green.
I came from miners, forged in sweat, yet German steel I won't forget.
FC Bayern Munich.
Blue blood and pride run through my soul, though titles remain a distant goal.
There's 2. It should be Schalke.
Shout out to your boy.
Yeah,
Schalke.
George, yeah.
Timothy.
Schalke, yeah.
Schalke.
I was going to say Hoffenheim for some reason, but then I remember miners. I was like, yeah.
Not the capital, but I shine. In red and white, my fans align. From busk to cup, my rise was loud. Though loud, I chase beneath the cloud.
I'm so confused with that riddle.
This
I
is
lost
a
it.
hard one. This is a
Okay,
hard
say it again.
one. Not the capital, but I shine.
Mm-hmm.
In red and white,
Mm-hmm.
my fans align.
Not the capital.
So you can't say Milan.
Red and white.
From busk to cup, my rise.
How do you spell
was
busk?
Bilbao.
loud.
Athletic Bilbao.
Incorrect. You're
How do you spell
on the right
Basque?
track.
How do you spell Basque?
BASQUE.
That's Athletic Bilbao.
And then what was the next one? Baskin.
Oh,
No, you can't.
oh no. Oh, I
say.
think I
Baskin
did.
what?
From
Oh.
Basque to Cup,
CUP. I'm
my
assuming.
rise was loud. CUP.
Why is
Not the capital, but I shine. In red and white, my fans
I don't know if they're red and white, but I
align.
was gonna say Sevilla.
No way.
Val?
I'm gonna say Monaco.
No. I'm gonna give you one more guess.
Well, he said he was on the right track when you said Atletico Bilbao.
I'm gonna repeat this one more time.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the right track. That's a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Not the capital,
Yeah, I know.
but I shine.
I know.
In red and white, my fans align.
Atletico Madrid.
No.
From
Oh,
Basque to Cup,
No.
my rise was loud, though now I chase beneath the cloud.
Girona.
Incorrect. The answer is Real Sociedad.
That's blue and white.
I'm so confused now. Yeah, that's
They're blue and white.
But I'm gonna look at the
I'm
camera
leaving,
right now.
bro.
No. I'm gonna look at the camera.
You can go next door and have
Why?
a fight. Have a
Why?
fight
No.
with your producer, mate.
Why is it when I have to answer these bloody questions, they are all curveballs?
Round 3, guys. This is riddles players. Oofed. I like these answers.
Mm.
You know, honestly, like, this is kind of sad. Like, anyway, moving on.
Go for it.
I'm tall. I'm slick. My tongue is wild.
That was going somewhere else in my mind. I'm tall and slick. I got a pick.
I've played for many. I'm football's child.
I got that.
Go.
I was gonna say Peter Crouch.
No.
A lion in thought.
Oh,
with bicycle kicks
fuck.
from Ajax to Milan. I've learnt my tricks.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Zlatan
Oh,
Ibrahimovic.
God.
Hey, that goal he scored against England
Sweden,
at
yeah.
Wembley for Sweden, the bicycle kick, 35 yards or something.
Yeah.
Everyone will remember that for him.
Yeah.
Bloody lion.
I glide with style. Hair slick back.
Mm.
A free kick curl. A midfield's knack. Madrid and Milan saw me reign. My passes
Beckham.
drove
No.
defenders insane.
Oh shit, no.
Kaka.
Correct.
What?
Pirlo.
Andrea Pirlo.
Pirlo.
I mean, it said
Milan.
Madrid. I'm thinking Kaka.
Yeah, but Madrid.
Milan.
Madrid.
Yeah, yeah.
Did he play for Madrid?
No, he played against them.
Oh my god. See,
far out,
again.
Well, listen, it said
But I'm suing you.
Madrid and Milan saw me reign.
Oh, saw me
Oh,
rain.
saw me rain.
Okay. All right.
God damn.
I
People-
retract. I retract my statement
No,
there.
I thought the fans saw him reign,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
as in
exactly.
he was playing
Well,
for the club.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I said Kaka.
Yeah. Okay, continue.
Well, you know, there's a player who got a standing ovation against Real Madrid. So Real Madrid gave a standing ovation to
Ronaldinho.
my boy.
Bro, marry him already.
They called me king, though I wore the 3. I turned my back and found TV.
Oh, you wore the
Not
food.
Maldini.
I kung fu kicked and still got cheers. I ruled Old Trafford through
Oh,
my years.
no way! If you don't get this,
I don't know. I don't know.
If you don't
why.
get this, we're not talking for a week.
I know what it is.
It's
Go.
like, well, if you say it's like he's gone on TV, it's Rio Ferdinand.
They called me king.
But then
though
the
I
other one
wore the
is
3.
Bro.
I turned my back and found TV. I kung fu kicked and still got cheers. I
Oh.
ruled Old Trafford through my years. Just.
yes, I already guessed. I said Rio
Eric
Ferdinand.
Cantona.
Eric
Oh, that was my
Cantona.
first original guess.
Oh.
You should
That
have
was
said that.
No,
Have
but
you
then-
ever
but
seen
then
Rio
you-
Ferdinand jump and fucking
Yeah,
stab
I
someone
know,
with
I know. But
studs
then when you
in
said
the face?
He got a
finger.
coin tossed
Kung
at
fu
him,
kick.
You got a coin toss.
but he didn't kick someone.
Yeah.
No, he did.
No, he did. He did do a kick. Yeah.
He ran past. It was literally past the goal line too.
And then
Like,
he
the
did a
goal line.
kick. Yeah.
He flew into the crowd. Bang, crowd kick.
Yeah.
Cantona.
Cantona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking
Cantona.
about Ferdinand. He didn't kung
Oh,
fu kick, but he
Ferdinand.
got
No. Coin.
a
No.
coin thrown at him.
Question 4. The 3 more questions, guys. Oh, this is right down your alley.
Like the last question wasn't.
With hair like fire,
Huh? Mm-hmm.
and fury raw.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even say this guy has hair now, but he does. But yeah. I captained all. I laid the law. From Nottingham to Celtic flame, I made Old Trafford fear my name.
Roy Keane.
That was the only one that
You know
came.
what?
He came
I-
beforehand. He does have hair now too. He does have hair.
Barely.
Skinhead Roy Keane was scary.
My left foot wept. My curls would sing. From United's wing, I bend, sting.
Can I just say something?
Beckham.
Beckham rose, but I began.
Oh,
Irish
He said left foot.
soul, get England's plan.
The what? My what
Dave.
soul?
Go
My
ahead,
what soul?
Jack.
The
My
what soul?
Irish soul gave England's plan. My left foot wept, my curls would sing.
I
From
was going to say
United's
Ryan
wing,
Giggs.
I'd bend and sting.
No, he's Welsh.
Yeah,
I'll give
that's
you
what I mean.
guys I'll give you guys a tip. Beckham rose, but I began. My Irish soul gave England's plan.
Irish soul. Wait, I don't think he plays there, but like I know what position he plays. There's only one Irish player that I know that played, well, another player that played in Man United, and he was, I can't say right now because he might get it. He was at
You've
Irish.
both had your guesses. You've
Oh,
both
can I guess?
had your guesses. So
O'Shea?
you can go.
O'Shea.
O'Shea, yeah.
No.
That's the only one I knew. That's
No,
like,
I don't know.
He played right wing. He's very small.
wait,
We love playing, using this guy on FIFA. The answer is Georgie
Best, yeah, George Best. But he's not left-footed. He's
Oh, yeah, no.
right-footed.
I didn't know what foot he was.
He was right-footed. Wait, hold on. Before we continue on this last question, I've already lost. I know, but can someone tell me why
Listen.
is there so many Man United questions?
I didn't write him.
Blame the producer. From Hungary's golden team I came,
Puskas.
with magic feet and worldwide fame. The galloping
Yeah.
major, swift.
Mate,
and
no one's
grand,
better
I
than
changed the
Puskas, bro.
game with my command. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even going to bother counting the cards, but as you can see, I'm very highly
Ladies and
stacked.
gentlemen, before we end, I just want to thank everyone
Oh.
for this opportunity. This is 3 in a row.
Yeah,
4 in a
but,
row or 3 in a row?
but why is
It's
it when
scary.
I'm playing I get curveballed?
It's scary.
What's this?
I need a Ballon d'Or right now.
We'll
I
get
need this
George.
Ballon d'Or.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Our socials are linked down below. Follow our TikTok, follow our Insta. We do obviously put our short reels, and then send us a comment if you don't like our takes, because we will reply back over here in our show.
Or if you agree with us, let us know.
Let us
Yeah.
know. Exactly.
As
Let us know.
as that chant goes, no one likes us, we don't care.
Exactly.
It's the Millwall chant.
Oh, really? You know what my chant? I can't say it, actually.
We'll put the video up. All right, guys, get out of here, boys.
No,
See you
see you
later.
guys.
Peace out.